I just got home. You know what? It's okay. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Stacey Nduta, and thank you so much for tuning in with me this Monday morning. Yeah, so it was my sister's birthday, and I'd gone home for the weekend, so I'm back at my place. And I was asking myself, am I really going to manage to do this, do some client work, and pull through, because a girl is being ambitious and stuff. So we're going to do this because I have a really hot topic for you. Enjoy. So today we have a different setup. As you can see, today's topic is that's why I'm not like maintaining eye contact, but yeah, being alone isn't for everyone. It's something that I knew it. Like, I always knew that it's not for everyone. But now when you catch yourself, the last time I was in a long-term relationship was probably or rather, the last time I was in a relationship that went on for more than a year, situationship, relationship, whatever, I think I just finished campus. And I can tell you it's been a minute since I finished campus. And it's crazy to think, for those who know me personally, like, I love with everything I have. So for me to even be able to be the one to say, it's just, no, no, I'd rather be alone than deal with your stuff. It's because I'm learning how to choose myself. So this video is for individuals who are tired of the cycle. They're tired of the karma. They are tired of, just sticking it out for other people when really you feel deep down that you're just betraying yourself. That's who this video is for. So let's just dive into it. First thing that you need to recognize. When I say being alone, it's not just in the context of relationships. Something I noticed about myself is that I was never in the group dynamic. I'd never had to be in a situation where I'm like trying to fit in, or I have an assigned role in a group where where I do, there's a funny one, there's a sexy one, there's the what. I'd always find myself either with a friend or alone, and I'm okay with that. So by the time I decided I want to live alone, I think it was the last year of campus. Hi, so my roommate, we had been together since first year, and I told her I really want to try. And I love that she understood. She knew that it's not about her. It was just that I knew that I'd be coming. Are you hearing her? Come here. Come on. Kujo. Come say hi. Oh, she's like a little stallion. I love when she runs. Say hi. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so what happens is that you find yourself, so when she allowed me to like just take up like a house by myself for the last year, that was 2 semesters, I was really grateful, and I had the chance to deal with a lot of emotions. I think that's where I got comfortable with. I feel like people get scared of being lonely, but you need to recognize that being lonely is relative to where you'd rather be. So once you understand and recognize it as you're just alone, it's just a state. The same way a state of being is when you are happy and then you're not happy anymore. It doesn't negate that you'll never be happy again. So that's the same way I approached living alone. And yeah, it's nice to have someone around. It's nice to have a friend who you can tell how your day was, whether it's even a partner. But at the end of the day, if you're not good company for yourself, I don't think about it. If you don't enjoy your own company, how else is someone else supposed to enjoy your company? It doesn't really add up, does it? So that's how I looked at living alone and being single, as it's more about me learning myself and seeing like all the things that make me happy and all the things that I've always wanted someone else to do for me. And really it's because I never gave myself the space and the chance to do it for myself, either because the media I consumed told me that that's something that I should expect from a man or a friend or a best friend, and or a mother or a dad. And sometimes even something I really love, like I mentioned, I was home earlier, something I really love about my mom is she's gotten to the point where she knows she has done everything for us, and if there's anywhere we feel that she hasn't done, she's like, me, I've done my part. And it's not even to like an arrogant extent, because you know people are very about their perspective, but it's more to the point of she's given to us from her overflow, and she trusts that what she gave us is enough to push us further than she managed to get to. And I think that's something very beautiful. So another item that is really keen when you are the art of, I don't want to call it the art because I feel like everything suddenly is an art to me, but once you're alone, you start realizing your patterns, and it calls for an identity shift. Because when you live alone, and this is something I mentioned on my lives, for those who don't follow or catch me on my lives, I'm live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. On YouTube, not Instagram. I tried it last time, didn't work out. So the identity shift is being able to basically nitpick yourself, not to be critical, but nitpicking in the sense of you start seeing patterns of, okay, I really love this and that, but for example, something I was honest about now on the live was something I've been struggling with is like picking up after myself. And so even, okay, when I say picking up after myself, what I mean is I feel, okay, the theory I have is my safe, or what I'm familiar with, is stress cleaning. So I basically create the situation to clean while, so during the week, maybe like for 3 days, I won't exactly I've swept because I have cats and they shed like crazy, so sweeping and everything fine. Maybe I'll cook, then I'll warm food, and then the dishes start piling up, things I haven't picked up for a while, and then so I intellectualized it as maybe that was my way of creating what is familiar to me, creating like something to do when I'm feeling overwhelmed or stressed. But then again, it's some sort of weird feedback loop. So this very long point in terms of identity shift, you start realizing that who you are, some of the characteristics that you have, are actually the ones that make you who you are, or make you keep attracting the same kind of person. I realized that until I can deal with my ish, I'll keep picking from the wrong pile of what I think my type of person is, my type of business partner is, my type of friend is. And it's crazy to think that some of the people who are in my life right now the reason why we're still like close or within that range is mostly because we don't actually spend so much time together. I don't know if that makes sense. Because as much as we keep in touch and tell each other like what's happening, we also recognized individually that we are drawing from our own source to give to someone, as opposed to draining each other. I don't know if that makes sense, because that's very dark. So anyway, in terms of identity shift, because of how we may have those secluded moments where we are not in touch exactly, but as soon as we catch up, we realize that we've both been on the same journey. It's just that we're not sharing details. Maybe it's in terms of growth, maybe it's in terms of epiphanies, and I hope you see this. I can't mention names, but I hope you really see this, because sometimes she'll AWOL me, fine, but we'll catch up. Either she has a new blog post out and she'd like me to read it, or she's binging on my content. You know how amazing it is to know your friends actually consume your content? Like, I'm partially jealous because they get to know what I've been up to and how I am, and it's like more one-sided. But to know that my friend is like watching this and binging and just catching up with me hypothetically, it's a blessing. And it goes to show that sometimes connection isn't necessarily being accessible to everyone all at once. And I think that's what social media is doing. It's giving us access, but at the same time it's one-sided. And I feel like I'm going on a tangent right now, but I'm going to finish this. So, in connection to being alone isn't for everyone, the only way you can be alone and be okay is when you learn how to self-regulate or self-soothe, or basically, because now the next thing about this is affirming and validating yourself. The reason why we are, as human beings, we need to be social is because we need that affirmation and validation in whatever form. I know people will watch this and be like, I don't need anyone to validate my life. I don't need anyone to validate who I am. And I get it. I completely get it. And I'm also in that space where, but at the same time, even at work, you need like the approval of your clients, of your bosses, for those who are employed. Like, you just need someone who feeds that, because as much as we are giving out, we also need to input. And that's the crazy thing. So we get this either from maybe you're someone who is hedonistic. I'm honestly not saying that in like an ill way. Being hedonistic just means you value material items. It doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. So maybe you're that type of person, so you only do this type of brands and the exclusive luxurious brands and everything, like validation. You having those things in your life validates your belief that you deserve it, or the type of person I am should have that in their life. And so the reason why we are social and we are in those two groups, or we have a partner, or we get kids, I guess, we want to validate our existence, that when we die, we have left behind a lineage of some sort. And it's crazy because you have to learn how to do that for yourself. Honestly, I don't know about you people, but sometimes the dialogue in my head is so negative, or rather it used to be so negative, it scared me. And I think that's why sometimes when you talk to someone and they insult you, that's how they talk to themselves. If you ever talk to someone and they just, when I say insult you, I mean by words. I don't mean by how you felt about the words they said. Well, that's so weird. But that's something I am learning. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but let me know in the comments. But being able to wake up in the morning and affirm yourself, today is going to be a great day. Today, the items that I've set before me, I'll actually finish them, because I learned that's a way of building trust with yourself. because each time you let yourself down, it just widens the gap. And I think that's why we beat ourselves so badly when it comes to failing at something. Yes, it's a lesson learned, but at the same time we see it as failure because we did not pull through for the version of us we envisioned would accomplish that. Oh my god, there's some things I say and I'm just like, I really hope, like the government doesn't scan people's YouTube videos and they're like, oh, you wanafaa kwa Mathare. For those who are not familiar or based in Kenya, Mathare is basically our asylum. Yeah, it's where people are taken when they are questioning the norms of the society. Anyway, and aside from that, once you're able to affirm, validate yourself and your existence in whatever shape or form that looks like for you, you eventually get to a place where you can confidently set boundaries with your friends or your partners or your parents or family. I'm telling you, that's going to be the hardest. The more I heal, the more I learn myself. I was even telling mom today, there was a time I couldn't visit you, I couldn't call you because I was very triggered by your questions, triggered by, because parents are genuinely trying to find out, are you okay? Do you have rent? But me, I'm seeing it like, this mama just wants me to fail in life. And it's so silly. Take things more on face value and you realize that life is so much lighter than we make it out to be. Life is so beautiful if you let it be beautiful. If you stop fixating on the things that you think should go, we get so attached, I think that's the word, attached to the end result, and we forget that the same way rivers keep changing course, like areas that used to be oceans are now desert. Like, it's crazy. Like, they'll always change is inevitable. So that brings me to my last point. You become more critical about who you share your space and peace with. I'm able to identify so quickly when someone is they have something off about them. Imagine I walk away nowadays. Like, I was telling a friend, I know you'll get it when you see this, but I was telling a friend, someone hit on me and I saw a red flag, but it wasn't like a red flag, like, it was just a red flag of, I'm not going to really allow that in my space. Because there are things people say the first time you meet them and we just, shrug it off. You're like, maybe they didn't mean it. No, they meant it. They are showing you exactly who they are. Because, people will want to, usually what happens is, we are this big thing, basically, as humans. And each part of you, even the part that you hide and no one knows about, even that is part of you. The part that you're ashamed of, especially something when you're actually living alone. I think I'll go back to the first one. When you're actually living alone, when I said I dealt with so many negative emotions, it's because negative emotions are what drag you down. I think that's the word. It's basically impressed moments in your life that made you believe something about yourself. Like, maybe someone looked down on you or put you down in a way that made you feel like, I will never be worthy of something that you actually want for yourself. And that's now the opposite with affirmations. Being able to identify, so you have to be very critical about your space, your peace. Being able to identify what kind of person is this. People will put up their facades, but let me tell you, once you have that side, once you're able to feel someone's vibe in a way that you can tell this person is not good for me in any shape or form, they are poison and I need to cut them off now, life becomes so much easier. So much easier. Yeah, people will be confused and hurt and everything, but something I said, and this went on the TikTok that went viral, man. That was so weird. Why would the TikTok where I am very vile and hostile go viral, but the ones I'm like sweet and shit like get ignored? What? Anyway, I'm seeing the light is going, so let me conclude this. You're on this earth to have an amazing life, and you should never ever want less for yourself. And it's until you accept and integrate that truth in your life that you actually start nitpicking people who tell you otherwise. And that's why being alone isn't for everyone, because it's in that silence that you're faced with everything that people have told you and fed you for the longest time, and you start actually inspecting them, because not every thought you have is actually yours. Not every thought you have is actually yours. It's actually just an echo of something you were told in the past. Remember that. So that's why I keep whispering affirmations to myself, because I want to remember the type of person I want to be, the kind of life I don't want to say deserve, but if I'm here to have a good life, let me have the one that I can enjoy. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how the setup and the sound was, because I'm using my AirPods, so I wanted to see how good the microphone is. Yeah, other than that, thank you so much for spending time with me. You guys are amazing. We are at 500. Whether it really excites me to think that 500 people clicked subscribe. That's crazy though. That's crazy. Yeah, road to 1,000. Baby girl believes she can. It will be crazy though, finishing the year monetized and everything, right? Anyway, thank you so much. Share this video with someone who you feel it will resonate with, and yeah, I guess I'll see you on Wednesday 8 p.m.